Hey everybody, how's it going? I am here today, as promised, to show you how to use a Rolls razor. Many of you have probably seen these in antique shops and thought that they were pretty cool looking. Maybe you thought that it was a paperweight. Maybe you thought it was a cigarette case, not sure. But these are great little razors. I was very impressed with my shave that I had with it yesterday. And so I'm going to tell you how to use this and how to prepare it for use. Okay. So first of all, the first inclination that you might have is, well, first of all, how do you get it open? One thing to remember, where this comes out, see how the rim comes right around here, okay? That's where it hooks in. Where this comes out, there's a button, and there's a button on each side. And so what you want to do is, see, that comes out there towards that button, all right? So what you want to do is take a look. One side has the name and also the patent dates, and then the other side has the figure for the Rolls Razor Company. So what you want to do is you want to take this off, and you can see that side is the stone. The side with the head is the stone side, or the side with the figure is the stone side. And the side with the patent dates, that's the strop side. Now, it's really tempting, and you might find this. You might get this with anything. You might find this in any shape, but it's really tempting to take this and immediately open it and just start stropping it and stropping it. That's not what you want to do, because I'm going to teach you how to make sure that it is actually put together properly before you do it. Okay, so so first of all, a little bit of maintenance. You might find these, and this strop here, there's a wee little nick in it, but that's okay because it's right where the blade flips. It does that to itself sometimes. But anyhow, this strop here is very soft. You might find it with a slightly harder strop. Don't be alarmed. I'm going to show you how to condition that, and I'm also going to show you how to condition this honing stone. I'm going to wear gloves, but the only reason I'm wearing gloves is because I'm going to be handling the camera. Everything that I'm going to show you is perfectly safe for your fingers and for your face. Nothing's going to hurt you. Okay, so the very first thing that I want to show you is this. This is honing oil. Okay, it's just from a razor, or a knife sharpening company, Smith's. You can take a little bit of this, okay, and literally a little goes a long way because it's a stone. It doesn't absorb a whole lot, but just take it and drop just like a wee little drop like that on it, okay, and you can either rub that in with your fingers, all right, or you can rub it in with a paper towel. But you can just rub a little bit of honing oil on there, and honestly, pretty much any oil will work. It doesn't have to be honing oil. It can be any oil. That'll work. Take a paper towel or a rag, and you're going to need to wipe the excess off, because you do not want this excess going back into that razor case, okay? So just take this, apply a little bit on that hone, okay, and actually wipe most of it off. But what you're doing is you're wiping a whole bunch of dirt off. And here's the other side there, really dirty, because these things, they were sitting in garages or attics or whatever and just collecting dust for years. And if you want to, you can even do it again. It's not going to hurt it. But you want a nice clean stone, and a nice well-oiled stone, because that's going to make a difference in your honing. And then you just wipe all that excess off, and and you're good to go. Alright, make sure that you wipe the back off. You don't really want any oil on the outside of the case. That's not what we're going for, okay? So that's the stone side. Now you say, well, how do you condition the leather side? Well, you can use Mink Oil on any leather product, and this is from Red Wing Shoes. just because I wear Red Wing shoes and I buy their products. I think they're terrific, top grade products. But Kiwi makes Mink Oil. A lot of other companies make Mink Oil. You don't have to get any particular brand. You can get off-brand. You can get cheap stuff. Oil is oil. So just bear that in mind. Now what you want to do is you want to just take a very small amount on your finger, because this is a very small amount of leather. And you want to take it and just rub it in and just work it into that leather, okay? What this is going to do is this is going to condition the leather. If you have leather and you want your leather to last a long, long time, you must condition it. No two ways about it. Now, the oil here, the Mink Oil, this is perfectly safe for your hands. It's perfectly safe for your leather. It will not harm you. It will not harm your leather. One thing that people don't realize is oil is good for leather. Your skin, look at that. You can see that it's sort of dirty. See how it's coming off on my fingers, a little bit of that dirt. Oil cleans leather. Oil conditions leather, and oil makes it supple, and oil keeps it in good working condition, helps it to repel water, and that's very, very important. Water is the enemy of leather. Not that water is bad, but what happens is when leather gets wet and then it dries out, it cracks or it dry rots, and that's no good. So here's the deal. You can use any oil on any leather. You could use motor oil on leather if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it because it's gonna probably stain your leather. But just be aware, if you use a heavier oil or if you use a tinted oil, it will stain your leather, whatever color that oil is. But oil is good for leather, and it's very necessary in leather, as long as the oil is not dirty. So you couldn't use dirty motor oil, but you could use clean motor oil. Anyhow, so we have this old Rolls razor all ready to go. Okay, we have the honing stone oiled, we have the leather strop oiled. Now let's say that you find this in a box or a bag, or maybe even you find it just completely put together in an antique shop, and you crack it open, and the first thing you want to do is you just want to just do that. Okay, that is not good. Here's what you need to do. Okay, there's a gear mechanism in here, and on the inside there's a little groove that a little wheel runs through. Okay, and you can actually see on the bottom edge there's some teeth that this gear runs through. Now, one side, okay, and this is where the blade goes. It goes on that little pointy thing. One side will take it and push it down, and then it will push the blade across the surface. That is the honing side, okay? And then if you flip it, then the other side, flip it like that, the other side will drag it across, okay? So that is the stropping side, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute, but you have to make sure that you know which side is which. So we just determined that this side here was the stropping side, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the strop on that side. And I'm actually going to do this. Alright, put your handle inside. Put your strop back on, make sure that it clicks. This is what you should have. Alright, then the hone will go on that side. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this back together, and I'm going to show you how to put it back together properly. Okay, so you take this and you point this little pointy thing up. Okay, this chunk of a straight razor here just sits right on there, and it twists. That's all. Okay, then it goes back down. Now here's the tricky part, getting the handle on there. It's actually not tricky at all. Okay, but you have to make sure that you have enough room to get it in there. Okay, now this is very important. When you put this away, this goes in here, and then that handle has to be pressed all the way down, and that blade has to be all the way over there. That's how it should look. Then you take this and put it back on there. Okay, so that's the honing side. Now I'm going to show you how to actually use it. I'm going to take the gloves off for this. So you want to make sure that you hone the blade first. What you do is this. You pull it up, and you can just swing that right out. Okay, put that off to the side. Now, when you pull it this way, it will flip the blade, just like that, and then it will drag it across the hone all the way to the end. And you have to pull it all the way to the end so it doesn't go any further. Then you do this, and it flips the blade, pull it that way, okay? And you can actually do this as fast as you possibly can. It's not going to make any difference because you don't provide the angle, the mechanism provides the angle. And you can just go to town on this. And what you'll see is, on the blade, there will be a little residue that builds up. And that's okay. So we've honed it. I've already honed this blade, so I didn't really want to go to town on it. And then, time to strop it. And what you'll see is, as you pull it, it drags across the strop. Just like that. And what you want to do is you can strop that as fast as you want. Just make sure that whenever you do, strop it, you go all the way to the end. Now, here's the thing, and this is very, very important. I'm going to repeat it again. You must make sure that this is put back together like this before you put the other side on, because if this is out of whack, or if this is sitting up on top, if the blade is flipped up and you have this sitting on top of the blade, it will crack the stone. And here's what I mean, okay? If you go to, let's say that you try to put it away like this, okay? If you put it away like this, that will crack the stone because it was meant to be put away the other way. So we're going to just do this. You can just push it right back. You're not going to hurt that mechanism, okay? And like that. Make sure that that's all the way down. Then you just put that right back on. You can polish these up. They shine up very, very nicely. This one's already somewhat shiny, but it could be shinier. But that is how you use a Rolls razor. And they're incredible shavers, and I still have a really soft, smooth face even after my shave yesterday, and I highly recommend them. Hope that this was helpful. Don't forget to like it if it was. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you found it helpful, please share so that other people might find it helpful too. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Shave on.